Well, I think I said enough of everything. Yes, I'm about to say goodnight, but before I go, I would say that my copyrights, none of them have Leah P. Passy, Leah P. Leonardson, and I never signed anything with Author House with that P in the middle. And what I want to do next is to show three documents. That would be my rebuttal, like, I don't know if you could call it a rebuttal. I'm not a lawyer. But I want to thank YouTube again for giving me this opportunity, because I really would not be able to afford a lawyer to do this. And it's been very hard, rush, and you put on some makeup quick, you run back to the bathroom, you get up, you take 2 hours, you run back again. So it's been, I would say I've been going through this process for about a month and a half. I did a whole of part of October and September, and then I had to get practice to speak out. I had to do a lot of voice to practice my voice. So that was a little strenuous. But it's been worth it for me, because if I stay, I would get disgruntled, and I don't want to get old, hard, and miserable worrying about what I should have done or what I could have done. So I believe to take action in that respect. But concerning my equation, no, I would not do that. I would be then feeding into what they have done by trying to motivate me all the years, and provoking the situation. When you have things like getting beat up on the subway and not going to the doctor, and the people where I park my car, very good Americans, very good New Yorkers, they were concerned about me. They didn't know I was in the earthquake at that time, what I was doing, and things like that. You're concerned, you wonder about it. This woman in Massachusetts where I work, how could she come to my home in a sale when I was moving out to Massachusetts? She didn't even know where I live, and tell me, you've been buying up too much senior things for your old age pension plan. How does people know these things? My daughter didn't even know where I was in the earthquake. So everything I have kept for myself. So this has been an emotional ride. This has been a strain for me to do this DVD, a real strain. But I had to do it. I had to do it. And I want people to understand this. Yes, when I came to America the first 10 years, I was very, very happy to be here, and I do not hate America, or I'm not a racist. My husband is Norwegian, so how could I be a racist? I marry into real white. But if I love to call it like it is, especially when it's important. I'm going to say what it is. If I say that Author House became monsters, they have become monsters, and you cannot separate. You cannot live off of people like me. You shouldn't live off of nobody. But somebody like me, how could you sit down and eat? A little black girl, she was running around the Caribbean. She grew up to a woman. She come to America, and you want to eat and enjoy my money, and I must say nothing? You're a criminal. You're a criminal. You're a white monster. And then when she talk out something about something like capital punishment, you side in with special interest without even knowing who this human being is. Well, you are a destructive person. That's what I'm going to do. You are a destructive person, because even if somebody kills somebody, it's only Moses who say eye for eye. And if you're going to say you're a Christian person, when Christ came on the scene, he did away with Moses' law. When he came on the scene, he did away with Moses' law. It's no longer an eye for an eye. So I could afford to call him, these people, yes, you are the white hope of destruction. Anyway, I don't want to go down that road, so, I'm going to go and settle down and try to put up my Christmas tree and look forward to Thanksgiving, and I will show 3 more documents. Thank you, YouTube. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm trying to focus. And thank you for watching. All those who have watched my YouTube channel in the past, I have a lot of little videos up there, more than 121, or about 121 the last time I checked. And I would appreciate it if someone want to. You don't have to prescribe, but I think you could watch it. I'm not into that, you know. I'm not into a lot of things that is there. I am. Hopefully, when I finish or this cool down, I might do something else on YouTube. I don't know, but that's a maybe. I don't know. I'm not even going to think about that. But I just want to make a video right now about a few pennies I got from Order House, which I think it's a good thing. I also want to say that Order House are scams, and we know that, and a lot of writers write about it. But I think that we should also, when we're looking at Order House, we have to look at Bloomington, Indiana. And I'm a Trinidadian American, and this is very hard for me to say this because I love my country, the land of my birth, a lot, very much. I have 4 American grandchildren that I have to also respect, but I have to respect my people from Trinidad and Tobago. And Trinidadians come to America and does well, most of them. So, and I have to respect my people and respect American too. But I do not understand why it is that Order House, Indiana is giving Order House the privilege and the way to go about robbing people, because they're the one that's giving Order House the rights to operate. Indiana is, because somebody have to stop them, and the only person who could stop them is the state, and it's not an order. The state have a right to stop them. I have 4 letters with 4 different names, and they are all Order House. What is that? What is that? So something is wrong there. So that's the only way I have to be decent about what I want to say. I would like to come out and say some really nasty words and all of that, but I have to respect around me. But what has happened had no right to happen at all. So I always have to be careful in what I'll be saying, because I'm pretty ignorant, and ignorant don't pay. Being ignorant does not pay. It doesn't. You don't get anywhere by being ignorant. You understand? And at the same time, I have to respect the people in my country and respect my 4 American grandchildren for the future. But some real hard shit went down here with me and Order House of this book and Special Interest. And I am not giving up this fight just easy like that, because I would show some things that in a while, I don't want to stress too long on it, but I'm just going to give some quick glance about certain things that have no right to happen at all to me here in America. Black market and knockoffs are very present in the publishing world, because it's easy to change a whole page and put in new names, new addresses. It has happened to me in the past. Maybe one day I will explain that with the first draft that I did when I came out of beauty school, and how one of my in 1968 when I started, and I sent out the first draft in 1970, and it was returned back with me with black market. It ended up, I don't want to go deep into it, but I gave it to a man in Trinidad well known as Umbala when he came back to Trinidad. And maybe one day I'll explain that, how I first stumbled onto black market in publishing. And I took it to his grocery that he had way over in Belmont, and what happened next, and how it appeared, and it was sold, and how it appeared in a TV show, whole series called Love Thy Neighbors. And my book was Love in Trinidad, because of the way we loved each other when I went to beauty school. So I have experienced black market in publishing. It's easy to change names, address, streets, and everything in publishing and still get the prices that you want, and you don't know your book is out there. So I know what is black market in publishing. What they call knockoffs now is black market. To me, Indiana, Bloomington, Indiana, should look in to what Order House is doing to publishers. I'm going to try to give a better shot because I noticed that I'm not always working the camera right when I do these things. This is not a beauty job. You don't want to get up every day and be aggravated doing this, but I have to do it because I don't have the money for a lawyer, so I have to do these things. So this is the check. I wanted to take a slower picture, and I'm hoping that I get a better picture than the first one because I'm jiggling the camera and all of that. So it was made on the 3rd of March, and I got it last week, a few days after. And it's, like I said, it's the same thing. This is the first one that was sent. So in from 1998 to 2019, I could say I got this one first, the 60 cents. And this, as I said, is where they ask you for tax number. To me, it's a joke, and I don't know who have been. If you see this, if you have seen my YouTube channel where I show, they have changed my autobiography into a fiction. And we all know that when you start changing things around in sales, it's black market. Packaging start changing. You change my biography into fiction. That means you're selling parts. It's black market. That's black market. People don't use the word black market hardly anymore. They use words like knockoff and all these sorts of stuff, Knockoff is the same thing, black market. They just don't like to use the word black anymore, but this is black market. So this one is for 93 cents. This is whoever wrote it. This is their signature, if you could call it a signature. Big Bird might be able to come up with something more presentable. Terrorists in Indiana. And I'm sure if I was to go to Indiana and open a house or some sort of house, gambling house, house of ill repute, house of terror, house of anything, Indiana would shut me down immediately. But yet they have these people doing things like this, and I'm not the only author to come up and show these things, and it's a lack of respect for me, for Caribbean people, when you do things like this, because you don't want to do it to black Americans. You're going to rouse up a whole bad brew. So, but it's all right to do it to black Caribbean people. This is my take on it. I don't have to be right, but I don't think the good Lord is leading me wrong on this at all. And here they put Leonard, so no P in the middle, like they put the P over here in the middle. And it's a whole different kettle of different fish. You don't say black market, but I have experienced black market and publishing. And I could say, if you're going to take my autobiography and turn it into a fictionary work and send me this sort of stuff, it's black market somewhere, and you have worldwide distributors, this is black market. I don't know what the hell is going on, but whatever is going on, I hope the Almighty living God give me the strength and courage to get my property back. 2 checks. I'm not going to waste time to go and change a check for 93 cents, but I do hope that I get a lawyer here to help me get my property entirely back. I don't want to face Auto House and say, give me my thing. No, that's not a clean cut. I want a clean cut, a lawyer making a clean cut for me. That's what I want, because this is criminology. Okay, Squatter is the same ebook that went in 98. My question is to Order House is, why did it go and put my book as a fictionary work when, as you can see here, just for a brief, that there's a bunch of like this is a letter from Norway from my lawyer to my divorce on this page, and this is a void letter also. This also is it also have, this is my divorce papers from Norway, a letter from my daughter, my dad, my husband and I, my daddy at my wedding, my son who got killed, my niece in Norway making me this picture she thought was me, my wedding ceremony. Why would Author House take these things and make it, my book, into a fictionary book? I would like to know. Author House is the rottenness of scams. But what I would like to say also is that after years of dealing with them, all I have is a very bad stomach.